Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Frame by Frame, Nikon's very own podcast show here live at Xposure Festival in Sharjah City, where we dive deep into the heart of photography and videography, exploring tips and techniques, stories and insights from renowned photographers all around the globe. Join us as we uncover the magic behind the lens in each and every episode. Hi, I'm Elle Laine, your podcast host for today, and a little bit about me. I am a content creator both in photo and video, also hair and makeup artist, but hey, I'm not in the hot seat for today. Joining me live is Sandeep Gori, who is going to let us know his experience and his journey as a Nikon photographer. Hi, how are you, Sandeep?
Very well, thank you.
How is your experience, or how has been your experience at Xposure today? Or did you come through yesterday as well?
No, I came in today. It's much bigger, much larger than last year. And it's really nice to see all the events going on.
Absolutely. Are you joining in any of the workshops at the moment, or have you attended any of the workshops?
Yeah, planning to join a couple of workshops today just to see what things are and what's new happening.
Great.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching, Sandeep, can you let us know what is your background as a photographer, as a Nikon user as well?
Well, I started the photography journey about 4 years ago. It was much later after my college days where I used to do a lot of photography. But it's been an interesting journey since I got back into Nikon. And since I picked up my first mirrorless camera 4 years ago, which was Z6.
Okay.
And it's been an interesting journey. And especially traveling with NPM, which is a great thing which Nikon offers. It's been a wonderful journey. I must have done about more than 5 or 6 NPM trips, and it's been really enjoyable. Each trip has been a memorable one.
All right. So a little bit something. Okay, how I met Sandeep was through an NPM trip at Kenya, where we did the Masai Mara drive trip, the game drive together, right? How has it been for you? Can you let us know what exciting things that you've learned or something that you've experienced with the NPM trip?
It was just a very exciting thing, very well organized, I must say. Thank Nikon for it. And even the stay was comfortable, the journey overall. Everything was well taken care of. And enjoyed every bit of it. So,
all right, so if you don't know what he's talking about, NPM stands for Nikon Premium Membership. And it is a growing family at the moment. I'm so glad that I've met you through the Nikon NPM.
Absolutely.
And honestly, we've actually become family, to be honest, right? So how to get on board as a Nikon Premium member is you need to log in first on the website, for sure. And if you have purchased a full frame camera or any of the premium lenses, you are eligible to become a premium member with Nikon. And the benefits of being an NPM member is you get your camera checked and clean. You get to loan any gear you want for any of the travels NPM has offered. And we have about multiple workshops in a year, free workshops that you can attend for free as an NPM member. And also, when you travel, they take care of your travel itinerary for you. So all you have to do is bring in that gear and enjoy the trip through your lens, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. And by the way, if in case you're around in the Nikon stand or in Xposure, please do find us at the Nikon stand at Hall D in the Trade Center area. You can go ahead and get your camera cleaned and checked for free. You can attend any of our live workshop that's been happening all throughout the day up until 8 p.m. and try out the Nikon Z8 for free as well at our photo stand. Or you can catch us live while we do the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So tell me, what has been your most memorable trip? Your most memorable NPM trip?
Yeah, I've done quite a few, but I liked Nepal the most.
Why?
It was just so
Why
exciting.
Why is it not our Kenya trip together that is the most memorable one?
No, even Kenya I've done quite a few times, but yeah, Kenya also was very interesting, but so was Nepal. Nepal was different. A lot of landscape and wild, scenic beauty.
Absolutely.
That we really enjoyed. And it was very well organized.
So what kind of photography do you usually focus when you travel?
I normally do landscape and wildlife.
And wildlife.
That's how I've been to Masai Mara quite a few times now.
Can I
And
ask
yeah,
you what Nikon gear do you use as you travel? Do you travel light? Do you travel heavy? Any go-to gears that you carry with you specifically that has to be consistent in every NPM trip?
yeah, I started off with the Z6, and then I switched over to the Z9, which
Okay.
is amazing.
It's
It's
beautiful.
really the knees bees of I would
Knees and
say
bees of Nikon's flagship camera
flagship.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have a couple of lenses. So hope to increase my gear soon. So
Okay.
let's see.
What lens, may I ask, do you use for your travel?
For my travel. I use 24-70
Okay.
or any of the wide angle lenses. But I also for portraits and all, I would use a normal either 85 or I would use the 70-200 also.
Have you
Sometimes.
loaned out any of our gear, of Nikon's
Yes,
gear so far
yes,
for any
I
of your
did.
trips?
I
Okay. Tell me
used
what
the.
lens, any lenses,
I
any.
used the 400
Uh,
2.8. That was an amazing lens, but I tell you, it was really that was at Masai Mara,
Yeah.
where we did the wildlife, and it was really amazing. I really loved that lens.
And it came in quite handy, especially when we were in front of the lion as it
Yeah,
approached
yeah,
us.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. It is. We were in the same jeep,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. We were in the same Jeep,
Yeah.
right? And it was just passing just
Passing,
right
yeah,
us, right?
yeah.
We could smell it as it
Absolutely.
passed by. So
You could kind of count the bugs on its head, you know. It was that.
that was that close. Were you able to
Yeah.
capture any of the details from the 400
yeah, a
mm?
lot of them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The
So,
400 was
can I also ask you any favorite photo that you've taken in any of your NPM trips?
mainly in Masai Mara.
Mainly
A
in
lot.
Masai Mara. Was
Yeah,
it mostly
yeah,
the
yeah.
animals, or are we talking
Mainly
about
the
landscapes?
like mainly the lions and all that. So it was really good. One would really enjoy a Masai Mara trip. It's full of fun, and every day is a new experience.
Okay, so are
Yeah.
you joining any future NPM trips
Yeah,
planned out?
looking forward to it. And I was just talking to Joanna, and she mentioned she's going to outline all the trips for the whole year. So
Absolutely.
looking forward to Japan, Spain, and all the other things as well.
Ooh, are you joining Sri Lanka as well? I believe it's happening this
Happening,
month.
yeah.
Yes.
I just came back from a trip to Himachal. Just 2 days.
yeah.
Yeah. Right at minus 25 degrees. It was absolutely awesome. So yeah, looking forward to the next one, but not immediate.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple of months.
Okay. So, Sandeep, can you let the audience know as well, if they were to start off as a beginner, as a wildlife photographer, I would say,
Yeah.
or as a travel photographer, what would be your advice to any of these aspiring photographers out there?
If you buy a Nikon gear, what I feel is NPM is a very good way of getting your exposure and meeting all the various photographers here, because
Absolutely.
NPM in the NPM trip there is also a professional photographer who accompanies you and guides you into every bit of your photography. So it's a good learning curve and a good introduction, and you have all like-minded people around
exactly.
you, so which is a great thing, and I think that's the best way to go. And Nikon is always there to support you for all the things. So
I would
really,
definitely agree with you on that
it's
one.
it's really been an amazing journey. 4 years, I've really enjoyed every bit of it. That's how I've upgraded my camera from a Z6 to a Z9 as well.
So joining in these Nikon NPM trips,
Yeah.
you've actually honed your photography skill, you've
yeah.
honed in your technical skills
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Have
yes.
you also honed in your creative eye when it comes to
Yes, it
photographing?
does. Yes, I think you haven't seen it from that perspective. You start seeing it this way.
All right.
And you look at it from the photographer's point of view. So it's been a great journey.
How about the other photographers that also attend the NPM sessions? Do they influence
Yes,
your
in a
creative
large
eye?
way.
Exactly.
In a large way, because when you meet different type of photographers, you see a lot of different skills, and then the workshops also help. I remember the last one we did at the garage studio, if you remember, where we did we shot the artists. Did a live session with the artists, and it was really
All right. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Because Nikon they absolutely
Yeah.
host multiple workshops
workshops.
for NPM members as well. Like we said, we have multiple workshops signed up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So feel free to join in if
Yeah,
you are an NPM member.
absolutely.
They are for free. Okay. And as Sandeep has said, he has learned a lot of stellar advice and techniques tips from budding photographers and the professional photographers hosting these sessions
You
themselves.
get to learn a lot from the professionals, when you're accompanying them. And they're more like buddies than,
Than actual photographers. No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely
So,
rub shoulders with the best people
best
over there.
people, and you can see a different enthusiasm, and their passion towards the work
Exactly.
is really something to, adore.
And it makes the workshop even more fun. That's the
Absolutely.
most important thing, is to have fun in
Yeah.
these NPM trips.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So one last question before we actually wrap up the session. What would you advise a new photographer? Because you said that you've picked up your camera pretty much years ago. For someone
Yeah.
who's in this generation at the moment, what would you advise if I need to start off? What would be my first camera to start off with, at least? From Nikon, if you'd like
I
to.
would suggest getting in with the new mirrorless cameras.
Okay.
And that's the right way to go, because that's the next generation.
Right.
The old DSLR and all are fading away, and these are much lighter and easier to handle.
And more compact.
More compact.
Absolutely.
And I would definitely, start off that way.
Okay.
And then, and there's no limit to it.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
great. Thank you so much for letting us know how
Yeah.
NPM is like
Yeah.
and how to experience them in the future. So, is there anywhere we can find your work online or on
I
social
have
media?
been a little bit social media shy. I'm not much into it, but yeah, I have my works and I enjoy, going browsing through it.
Right. So
Anyway.
I'm ready to knock your door and say,
Yeah.
show me
That's how-
albums, photo albums of your
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
right?
Everyone has been criticizing me that I'm not putting up my photographs, but
But I'm
that's
pretty
it.
sure you've printed them large,
Yeah.
hung them up on the wall,
Yeah,
ever so
I have a
proudly.
few of them up there.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
All
It's,
right,
enjoyable.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in with a live episode with Sandeep, who is an NPM member, and he shared his experience as an NPM member. So those of you who'd like to ask more questions about NPM, feel free to come by to our Nikon booth here live at the Trade Hall Center, Section D, and ask us anything you want about NPM, all right? And join us for the next episode. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.